How we going, folks? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin, and we're doing an album review. It's been a slow year, I think, but I've got about 6 or 7 albums pre-ordered now, so it looks like slowly but surely things are kicking off in 2025. We're on the cusp of June now, but anyway, this was a major surprise. I was not expecting this at all, so I'm really excited to be talking about the new album from The Haunted, and this is Songs of Last Resort. I didn't realise quite how long it had been since the last Haunted album. This is the 10th album by the band, and their first album in 7 years. Now, I've been following The Haunted pretty much since The Haunted made me do it. I remember Phil Alexander, who was the editor of Kerrang magazine, going on to Mary Ann Hobbs' rock radio show on BBC One on a Tuesday night. It would start at midnight and run till 2 in the morning, and I would stay up and listen to it. And Mary Ann Hobbs, if you are watching, it's pretty much your fault I failed my GCSEs. But Phil played a song off of The Haunted Made Me Do It, and I've been pretty much following on and off ever since. I do feel the last couple of albums have been a little bit autopilot, and from my writing for magazine days, I do have the odd email from different promoters with different albums, and if I'm intending on buying the album anyway or reviewing the album anyway, I will have a little sneaky listen. So that's what I did with The Haunted. It's like, oh well, yeah, let's give it a go. And I listened to it on the way home, and you know when an album just comes along, and I didn't realise I needed a new Haunted album until I got one. Basically, this is the best thing the band have done in ages, and it's just it's a cold drink of water. It's a cold pint with a mate you've not seen in ages, and you're going, why on earth don't I see them more often? It's a tonic. It's just, and it's just The Haunted being The Haunted in all the best possible ways, but yeah, it's The Haunted at their best in the best possible way. But everything you want from a Haunted album, all of the Haunted strengths are on display. And it seems to me, from reading the press release and reading a couple of interviews now, I don't know, it just seems like the going away for a little bit has done the band a world of good. I mean, sometimes, yeah, just going to the side and just taking a break. I mean, the band have always, various members have been involved in different projects, and I think, yeah, just putting something on the shelf for a little while can do you good. And yeah, they've come back now with their 10th album, and it's just an absolute monster. And in fact, let's have a I got the just the standard edition. Apparently, there is a media book edition with a bonus track. It wasn't available on Amazon. Serves me right, probably. I should have just gone straight to the record label. But there you go. For my sins, I missed out on the media book. If I come across it, I might get it. But straight away, everyone is firing on all cylinders. We've got the same lineup from the last couple of albums. So you got Jonas Boiler, I think that is, on bass, obviously, in At the Gates. Ola Englund on guitar, Patrick Jensen on guitar, Marco Aro on the vocals, and Adrian Erlington on drums. Obviously, again, At the Gates. Craig LaFilth, The Lurking Fear. He's drumming for, yeah, you know what drummers are like. They all do the rounds. What's most notable is Marco Aro's vocals on this are just absolutely crushing. He looks good as well. Like, he used to be, short hair like me. He had like he had like a bit of a rugby player physique. He looked like, he could lift stuff up and throw it around, but he likes a beer as well, But he's like proper. He looks like he's really slimmed down now. He's got long hair. Looks like he's got dreadlocks now. He's got a big old Viking beard. He looks savage. And apparently his vocals were recorded by Bjorn Speed Strid from Soilworks vocalist, basically. Singer from Soilwork. he recorded his vocals in his studio, and he was his vocal tutor as well, and it's done him a world of good. Yeah, fantastic performance from Marco. It kicks off with a 3-song assault, really. Warhead, In Fiery Born, Death to the Crown, smack, bang, bang, bang. 3 songs up against, white heat intensity, shredding riffs, pummeling drums, shredding solos, little bits of melodic, when needed to. This is Swedish metal for, even with death metal and everything, the Swedes, they always run a bit of melody in there for good measure. There's a bit of a war theme on this as well. So the album is called Songs of Last Resort. Apparently that's taken from a collection of letters written from the Prime Minister to the US President, I think during World War One, and it was called Letters of Last Resort. Like, if everything else goes wrong, this. So it's a pretty good song title. So you get a 3-song assault. Then track number 4, To Bleed Out, is kind of where the they take just a little bit of a step back and things breathe a little bit. It should be noted as well, there's 12 songs on this, 40 minutes long. To Bleed Out is the longest song on the album, and it's 4.5 minutes. So 4.5 minutes is as long as it gets, and only 3 of the songs go over the 4-minute mark. So this is gets in, beats the shit out of you, and gets out. It's no messing about on this album. Not an ounce of fat on it. Where were we? To Bleed Out. Then we got to Unbound. It's got a chorus. The chorus to Unbound made me want to pick this chair up and throw it through that window. It's got this real bouncy sort of chorus to it. To Bleed Out again is got this sort of melodic main riff, and yeah, with To Bleed Out and on Unbound, the band know when to shred, when to blast beat, when to put up really fast, but they also know just when to take it back a bit and just let the riff breathe. And they know to throw in a nice bouncy, like a, just to get your head nodding. And they know, just enough to back things off a little bit. And there's a nice lead over To Bleed Out as well towards the end of the song. It's nice and melodic, and the melody that is played sort of gets reduced to a piano as the song rings out. Very nice touch. Through the Fire, is that right? Through the Fire, yeah. Nice machine gun riff on that as well. Like a machine gun fucking rhythm on that one. Really good. Collateral Damage is another great song. The opening riff on that is just evil. And again, nice mid-paced riff in the middle of that. And a nice melodic bridge. I think Collateral Damage is probably, push comes to shove, my favourite song at the moment. Then, so you've got the first 8 songs that go from, everything is just perfectly balanced. The Haunted, you got to remember as well, when The Haunted came out, they were from the ashes of At the Gates. But it was a thrash metal band, predominantly, while At the Gates were death metal. So rather, you was getting all these melodic Swedish death metal bands, maybe even some black metal, while The Haunted were a Swedish thrash metal band, And The Haunted, the first album was a phenomenal debut, but I think The Haunted made me do it, where Marco had come in on vocals. I don't know, the stars all aligned for that album, and it was just this perfect modern thrash metal album that wasn't sort of stuck in the past and trying to replicate what had come before it. It kind of set a new standard at the time, and it feels like they've captured that again on this album. So everything is just a perfect balance, the right type of riffs. We're going from fast, speedy, shredding riffs, nice melodic little parts, nice chuggy bits, doomy, slower parts, all perfectly balanced, all perfectly, perfectly timed and sort of formulated, and everything just falls into place at the right time. Everything's nicely thought out as basically the formation of the song. Everything's just perfectly precision. There we go. Everything is just the right balance and where it all needs to be. But the final part of the album, so you've got Blood Clots, which is a nice little melodic interlude, about a minute and a half, and that just sort of sets the tone for the last part of the album. So you get 8 tracks, nice little interlude on number 9, and then you get 3 songs that are just climatic, is the best way to put it. It's like a 3-song sequence. Salvation Recalled and Labyrinth of Lies. Both of these songs are kind of doomy, kind of slower, more brooding and atmospheric. While Labyrinth, if you take Marco Aro's vocals off of it, you would forgive, you could say it was a stoner like riff towards the end of that. But then we come, so you got these sort of 2 songs building up. So you got the interlude, these 2 slower, doomier songs, and then you got the final title track, Letters of Last Resort. And again, it's just a brilliant climax to the album. It's got these slow sort of build up during the verses with these sampled spoken word pieces like of war diaries or maybe some poetry, and then when it kicks into the chorus, it's just this real slow dun 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 dun, and Marco is just screaming his lungs out over it. It's awesome stuff. And again, this is more of like a crushing doom song. And when it kicks into the last riff of the album, that just this slow, it makes you bring on your Phil Anselmo face. It makes you go, your bottom lip goes up and you just like, So, awesome stuff. A fantastic return by the band. Like I say, I did not realise I needed a new Haunted album until this dropped in my lap. And what an utter surprise it's been. I'm so glad this band are back. And it's made me want to go back and revisit all those albums. Which brings me, before we come to the end of this, I've got a question for you. And I want you to let me know in the comments. You know this channel, we love a retrospective. Do you want a Haunted retrospective? Do you want me to do it? You vote for it. In the comments, yes or no, I want a Haunted retrospective. It's time to revisit the catalogue. So I'll do it for you. That's what we do. Let me know in the comments. And what do you think of this album? Do you think it's a return to form? I would say I think this is easily the best thing they've done since Revolver. There you go. Awesome stuff. Now, there's lots of good stuff between now and Revolver. But, yeah, it's just something about this that packs a punch. And I'm hoping it ages well. And, yeah, definitely contender for Album of the Year. So let me know your thoughts in the comments and let me know whether or not you want that retrospective. Keep headbanging, keep drinking, stay hydrated, and have a good weekend. Is it still? Yeah, it's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Have a good weekend. Listen to metal. Get the new Haunted album. And I'll speak to you all soon. Ta-da!